Welcome to the John and Heidi Show podcast.
John and Heidi.
Here's John and Heidi.
Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Thursday. Hey, baby, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Fabulous. I'm excited because later in the program we have this thing called Dear John Letters. That's coming up before you know it. Also, I have for you some fun things like a quote for the day.
Oh, that's new.
No, it's not. What are you talking about? It's new. You know we should add something new.
Yeah, I think so, too.
Like the joke of the day. You think I could come up with a good joke every day, Heidi?
I like the thing that we were working on earlier today, and you
No.
said, no, are you sure? Because I really
Positive.
like that one.
No, it's offensive.
It is not
To so many
either. It
people.
is so much fun.
It's naughty, and it's not going to happen on this radio. Here's a quote of the day from Ralph Nader. Now, this is not going to be naughty. He says, "The function of leadership is to produce more leaders, not more followers." I agree with that.
Agreed.
Very nice. Ralph, I agree with you. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show on what is today again? Thursday.
Today is Thursday.
Holy cow, this week is cruising by. Thanks for listening on a Thursday.
John and Heidi.
If you're a business owner trying to do your own website, maybe it's time to get help. Or if you don't even have a website, it's definitely time for help. It's 2018. This internet thing is here to stay. At 49bydesign.com, we offer a simple plan to get you online for just $49 a month with no setup fee. This includes a website with the hosting and domain name included in the price. We have larger packages available, but this will get you online so people can find you in 2018. We're affordable by design at 49bydesign.com. That's 49bydesign.com.
John and Heidi.
Today is a special day, Heidi. Do you know what today is?
What is today, John?
I thought you'd never ask. It's National New Mexico Day today. I don't know when Old Mexico Day is.
I don't either.
It's not on the page here. It's National Army Day today. National Bourbon Day today. You think that people will celebrate by drinking whiskey or bourbon?
Probably. I like whiskey.
Or bourbon. It's also National Flag Day, National Bath Day. I'm sorry, International Bath Day, National Pop Goes the Weasel Day, National Strawberry Shortcake Day, and National Career Nursing Assistance Day. One that I kind of skimmed over there was National Flag Day. I think today is a great day to fly the flag, but you know what? I think every day is a great day to fly the flag.
I agree with that completely.
I was so excited. We just put up some flag lights so I can leave my flag up all night now.
Yes, you can, unless it's raining.
Yeah, but when it's nice, I like to leave the flag up all the time. And before, I couldn't because I didn't have the proper lighting, and that's important. Make sure you follow the rules. If you don't, that's disrespectful. And today is a good day to know that because today is National Flag Day.
John and Heidi.
Are you tired of high cable TV rates? Sign up for Dish today and get a $500 bonus offer while supplies last. Plus, lock in your price for 2 years guaranteed. Call All American Dish, your Dish authorized retailer now.
800-818-3967. 800-818-3967. That's 800-818-3967. Offers require credit qualification, 24-month commitment, early termination fee, and e-auto pay. Restrictions apply. Call for details.
John and Heidi.
Coming up, we've got your brain on drugs. But first, Dennis Rodman announced that his trip to Singapore was sponsored by the marijuana cryptocurrency Potcoin.
Sponsored?
Yeah, he
had his trip sponsored.
So he didn't pay for his trip there. Potcoin did.
Wow.
It's like, what?
What is Potcoin?
I don't know. We shouldn't have even mentioned their name.
I've never even
Let's
heard
not
of it.
say it again because I just don't think we need to. There is a link in our show notes if you want to know more about it. Here's the thing I think is really funny. If you were to tell somebody, like let's pretend like there's a time machine and you step into that time machine and you go back like 5 years and you tell people that, hey, there's going to be like peace on the Korean Peninsula and we have Dennis Rodman to thank. People would laugh at you.
Heck, go back 10 years, 20 years when he's walking around in wedding dresses and stuff.
I'm just saying, I think it's cool, so that's neat. But again, it almost feels like Bizarro World when I read these stories. And his trip was sponsored by marijuana
How
cryptocurrency.
wonderful is that?
I don't know. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
John and Heidi.
This time of year, there are many parties, weddings, cookouts, and other events that often include alcohol. If you're drinking, be sure to have a designated driver. If you or someone you know has a problem with drugs or alcohol, there is help. The Addiction Hope and Helpline wants to help. If you feel like it's time to finally get the help you need, there's a toll-free number you can call, 1-800-438-0380. That's the Addiction Hope and Helpline, 1-800-438-0380, 1-800-438-0380.
John and Heidi.
And this is Your Brain on Drugs. A Kentucky state police trooper, a retired state police colonel, county coroner have been accused of several crimes, including transporting moonshine and eyeballs. Yeah, you heard that right.
Eyeballs.
Scott County coroner John
Is it
Goebel.
inside the moonshine like a worm in tequila?
And two different trips. And retired state police Lieutenant Mike Crawford. They were indicted Thursday of last week on multiple counts of receiving stolen property. The charges stem from the theft of $40,000 worth of ammunition and weapons. State police began investigating the theft in December, and they placed the trooper on unpaid leave. He's accused of providing stolen items to Goebel and Crawford. Harris has been indicted on unlawful taking and second-degree forgery. Goebel is also accused of transporting a pair of donor eyes, moonshine, and possessing 90 oxycodone tablets. Unclear if they have lawyers. So sad to hear that. These are people who you would think, those are typically very trustworthy people. So I'm sad to hear that's going on, and I hope it all goes well. And I don't know. I guess when the story is all done, maybe we'll know more. Thanks for listening to The John and Heidi Show.
John and Heidi.
Now, big screen, little screen. Tickets for Mariah Carey's upcoming Las Vegas residency have been said to have been a disaster, according to secondhand ticket sellers, where they go and buy up a bunch of tickets so they can then sell them to you for a profit, and make some more money. And they got a whole lot of tickets left over. So
that's not one I would have any interest.
I would kind of like to see Mariah Carey.
Would you pay?
You
would not.
Not a bunch. But
Maybe if somebody said, hey, if you come, it's free, and I'll give you dinner and 12 drinks.
There you go.
Then I'd be like,
this is
we'll
Vegas.
See what's
this
going
happens
on.
all the time. Yeah. That's exactly how they sell you tickets in Vegas. Jared Leto is going to star in a standalone movie about the Joker. So he's got he was the Joker in one of the Batman movies. Now he's going to have his own movie about the Joker. And speaking of Jokers, take a listen to this. Reese Witherspoon confirmed that she is going to star in Legally Blonde 3. So for those of you who didn't have enough from Legally Blonde or Legally Blonde 2, now you will be so excited to know soon we will have Legally Blonde 3.
I cannot wait.
I can't either. Thanks for listening to The John and Heidi Show.
John and Heidi.
Now you can fly anywhere in the world and pay discount prices on your airline tickets. Book a flight today to London, Paris, Madrid, or anywhere else you want to go. And pay a lot less guaranteed. Call the International Travel Department right now at Low Cost Airlines.
800-719-5601. 800-719-5601. That's 800-719-5601.
Now, your scoop of the day on this Thursday. Is your significant other not introducing you to his friends or family members? Congratulations, you have been stashed. Stashed is a term. It's the latest lousy relationship trend making couples miserable. It's when one partner hides their better half from loved ones, never posts about their relationship on social media. We certainly don't do that in this household.
That is not a relationship, by the way.
No, we certainly don't do that in our household because I'm always talking about how much I love my wife.
If this was a Dear John letter, I would say run away.
Yeah, it's not. We've got a Dear John letter coming up. It's not about stashing, though. I didn't even know that was a thing till just now. But in our household, we are always talking about how much we love each other. My wife over here was just posting the other day about how much she loves me, and she was talking about how when we were laying in bed at night, falling asleep, she was praying and she put her hand on me and was thanking God for what a wonderful husband. And then I tooted. I said,
that was not a toot. It was a full-blown blow the covers off the bed.
I was sleeping.
And I was like, wow, that was just perfect
I am
timing.
pretty sure my butt fell asleep first and it was snoring. That's kind of what happened. I'm pretty sure. I don't even know for sure that this happened.
I was laughing so hard. I was like, wow,
sleeping.
that couldn't have been better timing.
Dear Lord, thank you for such a great husband.
Thank you for this wonderful man.
Rip. I didn't mean to, and I didn't even know that it was happening. So don't blame it on me. I was sleeping. Hey, a guy in Sacramento turned his SUV into a battering ram and repeatedly bashed another car. This video online is so disturbing to watch. Eventually, he got out of his SUV, and he climbed on top of the other car, and he was jumping up and down, stomping around. Eventually, the rage-filled driver slipped and was apprehended. Police, by the way, did not try to stop him. They got there, and they watched the road rager. They didn't try to get him off the car. They recognized that he was, quote, in crisis, and they waited for him to come down. Video of the incident is both funny and sad at the same time, which is kind of hard, but it is. You watch it and you go, who would react like that? But then you're like, wow, who would react like that? Mm-hmm. So hopefully he's over whatever was going on there. Can you imagine being that upset at somebody that you get out of your car? First of all, you ram into their car repeatedly.
Yeah, really.
And then jump on top of their car and stomp and stomp and stomp. I mean, no, I've never been that upset. Ever. Never once. New Orleans police are looking for 2 people accused of stealing a television from a pawn shop, and then guess what they did with it? They tried to pawn it at the very same pawn shop.
Are you kidding?
No.
Oh, my gosh.
You can't make this
Must
stuff
be a
up.
small town without many pawn shops.
Hey, would you like to buy this television? We have one just like it right over. Wait a minute. The male and female thieves have been identified. They are being sought. In the video, the woman can be seen taking the television from the shelf and removing the tag. She then can be seen going to the front counter. The man using his own ID. Then
oh my gosh! They didn't even leave the store.
No. Then the man pawned the TV for $175.
Oh my gosh!
And the store pawned it. What the what? I just don't understand.
That is hilarious.
Yeah, that is very bizarre. A story here: immigration agents arrested 114 employees in Ohio at a garden center after offering free donuts to get them to show up. And it was people who were there in the country illegally, and all they offered was free donuts. They're like, yeah, I'll go get a free donut. You know what? I think that right there is the answer to catch just about anybody. Just have free, delicious glazed donuts or some sort of yummy treats, and I'll confess to things I didn't even do wrong. Like, yeah. I'll have an attorney get me off on this later. I didn't do any of this. I made it all up. I just wanted the donuts. Can I get extras? Can I have doubles? And one last thing here. The United States struck a deal with the Chinese telecom giant ZTE to end sanctions against the company for violating trade agreements. So apparently there was some big deal going on there, and we struck a deal, and that's all going to be done now. So good stuff. A lot of good things going on. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show. This has been your Scoop of the Day.
John and Heidi.
Do you have ideas for t-shirt designs, but you don't have a clue how to print them? Or maybe you'd like to have t-shirts and coffee mugs available to buy online with your business logo printed on them. There's a website that makes it easy. We set ours up in about 10 minutes. There's no sign-up fee, no minimum orders, no monthly fees. It's just a really easy way to put some cool items online for sale, and you get paid every time somebody buys them. You don't have to print or ship anything. Just sign up, upload your designs, and then let people know where they can get your cool stuff. More details available at radiosavings.com. That's radiosavings.com.
John and Heidi.
And it's time right now for
Dear John Letters.
Dear John.
Right, this one is kind of a Dear John and Heidi letter.
Okay.
Because right in the letter, they're asking for advice from Heidi, too.
All right.
But it still says, Dear John, probably a stupid letter, but I have a friend who keeps inviting me to get together. But right before we get together, something else comes up. It's happened about 5 or 6 times in the last month alone. I have something I want to give her, but now that she keeps ditching me for someone else or something else, I'm not sure I really even want to give her this gift. Should I just stop accepting her invitations? Should I tell her I have something I want to give her so she will meet up? Should I even give her the gift that I bought her a few months ago? What would you do, John? How about you, Heidi? I'm excited to hear Heidi's advice. She's saucy like me. Signed, Shafted Friend. Okay. Well, let's start with Heidi's advice, since, she's the important one around here.
First of all,
Yeah.
this is not your friend. This
No.
person is not your friend. If they keep inviting you somewhere and then at the very last minute, miraculously, every single time something better comes up that they have to do, this is not your friend. No, don't tell them you have a present for them to get together, because that's what the heck? Why on earth would you say, I have a gift, will you please hang out with me? No, No.
Can I give my
Keep
advice
it,
now?
girl. You keep that present and let them know, hey, I was going to give this to you, but you kept ditching me, so now it's mine.
Give it to somebody else and share that on Facebook. Say, hey, look what I gave. This was going to be yours, but no.
No,
thanks.
if somebody
No.
really, truly likes you,
Yeah.
they will go out of their way to spend time with you, and they will not keep ditching you at the very last minute, leaving you stranded with nothing to do when you had already made plans with them. That is rude, and that is not a friend.
Okay. Heidi has spoken. Do I even need to give any advice?
Not really, no.
I'm going to, though. I'm going to give some advice. Here's what I would do. I would find out what...
You would keep accepting invitations and keep getting ditched repeatedly
Well,
every
I would find out
single
what's going
time.
on, because there could be an explanation for it, really.
5 times in 1
yeah.
month.
But you never know. You never know what's going on in this other person's life. So, you know what? Here's the thing I have to say. I have been on the other end of this, where I've had things that have come up. And it's not because I don't like the
5
friend.
times in a month?
Maybe not that many
No.
times. But it's not because I don't like the person on the other end, but it's because I do a terrible job planning things. I don't plan like travel time, so I've got my calendar booked so full that I'm like, okay, somehow when I get done at this meeting at noon, I need to somehow transport myself across the county and be over here by noon. So I've been known for being late for things. Now, there are times that I've absolutely positively had to call and say, I can't make it. I'm really
Late
sorry.
is completely different than every single time calling them up
Yeah,
saying,
that's true.
psych.
Never mind. No, you wanted to get together for lunch, but never mind.
Hope you're not too hungry because I ain't coming.
Yeah, that.
Yeah, it's
I think
rude.
you do maybe. Okay, so we'll go through the questions one at a time. Should I stop accepting her invitations?
Yes.
So maybe what you
If
do.
you value your time, yes.
But don't play games. Don't say I'm going to go and then start dropping appointments. On them.
No.
Don't do that.
Don't do revenge.
No, don't. So
Lunch
the next
dates.
question is: should I tell her I have something I want to give her so she will meet up? No, I don't think you should do that.
If you're going to invite this particular person to hang out with you, do it when you're already going to go and hang out with somebody else. Say, hey, me and so are going here.
Remember the?
Would you like to join us? And then
remember
when they
a
don't
guy.
show up, you're not stranded.
Do you remember the guy that was trying to sell us insurance? And 2 different times.
2 times.
Twice. And one time we went all the way to his
So
office. We drove
rude.
25 miles to his office. We got there and it was his day off. We're like, really?
So
He
rude.
told us to meet him here today. His boss was like, yeah, it's his day off. What did you need? And we're like,
We had an
nothing.
appointment?
Nothing, apparently. So it's just so weird.
Yeah, you
But
don't do that to people.
That was just, something that's not organized. And that could be what's going on with your friend here as well. So what was the next question? Give her the gift? No.
No.
What about you, John? So I already told mine. How about Heidi's? Excited because Heidi's advice is saucy. Yeah, pretty saucy. You think your advice was saucy?
I think my advice is just common sense,
Okay.
which
What
it
would
usually
you say
is.
my advice is?
Your advice is naive.
It's from a nice guy. A nice guy would do. Heidi, not necessarily a nice girl. All right. If you have a question in which you'd like to get some good advice from a nice guy or some saucy advice from Heidi, you can submit your questions or your whole Dear John letter right through our website at johnandheidishow.com. You can also chime in on this one, by the way. It's on our Facebook page at facebook.com/John and Heidi Show.
John and Heidi.
If you're a business owner, you should consider using radio. Radio is a powerful tool. Over 90% of us listen to the radio each week. Imagine if this ad was talking about your business, helping you hit your goals. We can help. We can also create a fun jingle too, to get people singing your song. When you put words to music, they're 9 times more memorable, and that makes radio work even better. Learn more at RadioReallyWorks.com. Radio jingles to help you get better results with the money you're already spending. RadioReallyWorks.com.
John and Heidi.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
How much of the United States land is owned by the federal government? If you're going to guess, a fraction. What fraction do you think?
I would say
How much land owned by the U.S. government?
1/4.
You were very close. 1/3. 1/3. When you look at that giant map on the wall, 1/3 of that is owned by the U.S. government. That's a lot of land.
That is a lot of land.
But you think about every post office and then the federal parks
Yeah,
and
I suppose.
all those things, courthouses and that kind of thing. So owned by the government. I guess even government would be state government as well, and regional like state and city government. So I guess I got to do it the right way. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
90% of New York City cabbies are recently arrived immigrants. So 90% of people who are driving you around
Yeah, I would have guessed that.
are from different countries and they're new here. And our final fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
In 21 states, the largest single employer is who? 21 states. Largest single employer is?
Amazon.
Wrong. Walmart.
Oh.
The number one employer in 21 states is Walmart. Couple of fun facts, courtesy of LearnWithoutLoans.com.
John and Heidi.
If you're a business owner trying to do your own website, maybe it's time to get help. Or if you don't even have a website, it's definitely time for help. It's 2018. This internet thing is here to stay. At 49bydesign.com, we offer a simple plan to get you online for just $49 a month with no setup fee. This includes a website with the hosting and domain name included in the price. We have larger packages available, but this will get you online so people can find you in 2018. We're affordable by design at 49bydesign.com. That's 49bydesign.com.
John and Heidi.
Time now for the grandiloquent word of the day. And today's word is solipsism. Solipsism. S-O-L-I-P-S-I-S-M. Solipsism. What do you think that word means, Heidi?
I honestly couldn't tell you.
It's kind of a fun word to say, though, isn't it?
It is.
Solipsism. It is extremely egocentric.
I know people like that.
Self-absorbed or self-centered. A theory holding that the self can know nothing but its own modifications and that the self is the only existent thing. The view or theory that the self is all that exists or can be known to exist. So it's like being really, really, really into yourself.
Yeah, that description was terrible. If you would have just said self-centered, I think everybody kind of knows what
Self-centered.
that means. Yeah, self-centered.
So I hope I'm not that.
You
I
are not
certainly
like that.
don't want to be. When you first met me, you thought I was before you even met me.
Right.
Because of the way somebody introduced me to you.
Right.
Nothing I said, but you were like, oh, who does he think he is?
Right.
So, like, the first time I met her, she didn't want to talk to me. I'm like, what did I say to her? I don't even get it. I don't understand. All right, coming up, we've got some weird news to get to. But again, solipsism is today's grandiloquent word.
John and Heidi.
Now you can fly anywhere in the world and pay discount prices on your airline tickets. Book a flight today to London, Paris, Madrid, or anywhere else you want to go. And pay a lot less guaranteed. Call the International Travel Department right now at Low Cost Airlines.
800-719-5601. 800-719-5601. That's 800-719-5601.
John and Heidi.
Now, some weird news for you on a Thursday. A Fayetteville man has been arrested in connection with a food tampering investigation that occurred on June the 1st. Newly released news. Let me try that again.
What's that?
A news release. That's what I'm trying to say. Surveillance footage reveals 59-year-old Ricky Lee Adami, A-D-A-M-I. How would you say that? Adami?
Sure.
Placed what is suspected to be rat poison in some shredded cheese at a pizza parlor. The
Oh
release
my
said a
gosh.
manager was prepping a pizza when he noticed an unknown substance
Oh
in
my
the
gosh.
cheese. The release said he stopped making pizza and went to the back to review surveillance footage to determine who made the cheese. And the manager then called the police. All the contaminated cheese was identified and collected before being served to anyone. He said, I brought a big bucket of cheese from the batch that he cut. I fluffed it up like I normally do, but he said I saw brown pellets mixed in with the cheese.
Oh my gosh, I can't even believe that.
He checked 5 other tubs of cheese, and 3 of them had these pellets. It was all thrown away. Everything he touched, I threw away. All of the containers and everything. Parts of the machine were cleaned, the cheese.
Oh boy.
But he says, I don't...
He's going to owe them a lot of money.
Customers don't think it will impact... He doesn't think that it will impact business because they took care of it and they fixed the problem. He says, I don't think any reflection on the owners at all. I'm here today, and I'm going to eat the pizza. That's what one of the customers said. Again, the guy was arrested, charged with distributing food containing noxious, deteriorous
What a
material.
sicko.
He's being held on a $100,000 secured
Yeah,
bond.
I would hope so.
I don't understand why you'd want to do that. Why would you want to put rat poison
On
in
just
people's
random
pizza?
strangers.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense, but that happened. So, luckily, there was a sharp dude that was making the pizza
Absolutely.
that caught it. This has been your weird news. I've got a link to that whole story. I had to skim through it so kind of quickly. So if you want all the details, it's in our show notes at johnandheidishow.com.
John and Heidi.
Now, your moment of duh. A Boy Scout packed a toy grenade in his carry-on and caused quite the big problem about a week ago. This happened at an airport in Houston. I just can't believe this story. It says here, the airport spokesperson says the people were allowed to approach the checkpoint again after authorities determined that it was just a novelty grenade. It's not clear why the 17-year-old Boy Scout had placed it in his bag. The Houston police said the state won't charge the teen, but he could face a federal fine. Hobby Airport is where this happened. It's a hub for Southwest. They had to shut everything down. 15 flights were delayed. The website indicated delays for an hour or more. All this happened, and it was quite a scary thing. It says, my wife and I were waiting to drop our bags in the x-ray machine and go through the detector, and I heard a TSA agent scream, shut it down, shut it down, shut it down.
Oh, boy.
Everyone was looking around and confused, and people were ordered to clear out now. And it was just a pretend grenade, but when they were looking at it through the x-ray,
Right, yeah.
it looked like it could go off at any second.
Remember we were going through a security checkpoint with our daughter? She was
my
maybe
goodness.
5.
It was so funny. Yeah, she was
And
just
she had her purse with her, and the security guy was like, I need to look in that purse. And,
He
and we
was-
jokingly said, you don't have a gun in there, do you, Taylor? And she said, yes.
it was a toy gun.
She had a toy gun in her purse.
I felt so bad for her.
She was so scared.
She was freaking out. I was just teasing. I was like, what, do you have a gun in
You
your
don't
purse?
have a gun in there, do you,
Because she's
Tay?
looking up at me like, why do I have to give this man my purse? Anyway, it could happen to anyone, really.
It could.
All right. This has been today's Moment of Duh.
John and Heidi.
This time of year, there are many parties, weddings, cookouts, and other events that often include alcohol. If you're drinking, be sure to have a designated driver. If you or someone you know has a problem with drugs or alcohol, there is help. The Addiction Hope and Helpline wants to help. If you feel like it's time to finally get the help you need, there's a toll-free number you can call, 1-800-438-0380. That's the Addiction Hope and Helpline, 1-800-438-0380. 1-800-438-0380.
John and Heidi.
Time now for Fake News or Florida. As I perch a page in front of the screen. I don't want Heidi cheating because I have people asking me all the time if you really guess all these so correctly.
I get them wrong a lot.
No, you get them right more than you get them wrong. So how about this one? Fake news or Florida? An attorney's... Oh, by the way, this, for those of you who've maybe never heard this before, I read a couple of stories, and Heidi has to guess if these are real stories from the great state of Florida or if it's all just a bunch of flubbery, if it's all just made up, if it's fake news that either I or one of my fabulous listeners made up. Are you ready for these, Heidi?
I am ready.
Okay. An attorney's pants caught fire when he was delivering closing arguments in an arson case. Fake news or Florida?
Florida.
Is a true story. Liar, liar, pants on fire. His pants literally caught fire in the midst of delivering
That is fantastic.
his closing arguments in an arson case. I mean, what are the odds of this? I mean, how do you make something like that up? I mean, you just can't. It's true. That really, truly happened. And I have a link to the whole story in our show notes page. One last one here. Fake news or Florida? A Ferris wheel operator was arrested for public intoxication after leaving 20 people stuck on the ride while he argued with his ex-girlfriend on a cell phone. Fake news or Florida?
Florida.
Sorry, this is fake news. We've got better quality fake news these days.
Yeah, you do.
I have a whole team of news hounds making up fake stuff all the time. And if you want to make up some stories, or if you come across a real story from the great state of Florida, you can share that with us through our website, johnandheidishow.com.
John and Heidi.
This portion of the John and Heidi Show is brought to you by the John and Heidi Show. That sounds kind of funny, but it's true. Go to your local radio station and ask them to start carrying the John and Heidi Show. Here's the best part. They can carry the show for free. They play a couple commercials, but it doesn't cost them anything every month. So if you know a radio station that could use a little bit of help, send them our way. Send them to johnandheidishow.com. Again, johnandheidishow.com. We would love to do a radio program in your community. Then you could listen to the podcast and listen to us on the radio.
John and Heidi.
Time now for some good news. We always like to wrap things up around here with good news, and I think this is good news. Comes your way courtesy of Odiva, a monthly subscription service just for the ladies. All of the details at radiosavings.com. You ready for some good news, Heidi?
I am always
All right,
ready for
Here's
good
some
news.
good news. I think this is really kind of cool, and I got to tell you, I wish that I was this cool. I'm not.
Okay.
I'm not. So here's the story. Watch this teen set a world record for the fastest time solving not one Rubik's Cube, not two Rubik's Cube, but 3 Rubik's Cube. Oh, by the way, he's juggling them at the time.
I think I read
as
about
well.
this kid.
He's only 13, but he's already breaking an astonishing world record, a couple of them. He's from China, and his name is Q-U-E, And he just beat the Guinness World Record for the fastest time, solving 3 Rubik's Cubes at once. He was juggling them.
That is crazy.
Before he started the attempt, he was given 15 seconds to take a look at the patterns of the cubes. Then, once he started juggling, his hands moved almost too quickly
Holy
to see the cube
cow.
rotation. The youngster beat the previous world record in 5 minutes, in just 5 minutes and 61 seconds. He's been training for the last 2 years to beat the record on a TV show, I Dream. He's been playing with Rubik's Cube since he was 6 years old. This is such a cool thing to see. If you have not yet seen the video, I do encourage you to check it out. It is...
I started playing with the Rubik's.
If you've not yet seen the video, I do have a link to it in our show notes at johnandheidishow.com. It is amazing.
I started playing with the Rubik's Cube when I was about 6 years old, and I never solved one.
I have. I've solved them.
Yeah, but you had to take the stickers off.
No, here's what you do. You twist really hard, you break it in pieces, and then you pop it back together.
I had to take the stickers
trick,
off
Heidi.
of mine.
So, here's what's really funny. I was using a Rubik's Cube as a demonstration device, and so I had one that was fully solved, and I had it tucked in my pocket, my back pocket, and then I had one. I would give it to somebody at this table, and I'd say, "Here, mix it up as good as you can." And they would mix it up, and then I would hold it behind my back, and I would talk to them, and I would act like I'm solving it, but what I'm really doing is stick it in my other pocket, and I pull that one out, and then I say, "Okay, wait, one more there," and then I turn around and hand it to them, and they're like, and it's so funny because you wouldn't believe the number of people who thought I was really doing that, and then I would say, it's really, it's all in the wrist. It's all in the wrist. And I said, and it also helps if you happen to have another Rubik's Cube. And then I set that one down. So I would always give it away because I didn't want people walking away thinking I was cooler than I was. This dude,
He's cool.
Q, very cool. I'm so happy for you, setting world records. And if you'd like to see it, again, I do have a link in our show notes at johnandheidishow.com. Time to say goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, everybody. Have a great day. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Thursday.
Time now for the bonus break on the John and Heidi Show podcast.
John and Heidi.
Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show. We've got a special guest joining us, Don DeTazy, and he is with Keystone Meats. We're going to talk about summer celebrations and having parties, and you got some fun ideas for us, don't you, Don?
I sure do. Keystone Meats, we're all about bringing families and friends together, and of course, the summertime is a perfect time to bring everybody together.
And a lot of people, when they get together in the summer, they'll have like potlucks or they'll have barbecues where somebody's making something, but then everybody else is supposed to bring something. And if you're going to bring something, you want it to be easy, and you want it to be something that isn't going to take a long time to put together. And you've got some fun ideas for those kind of things, don't you?
Yeah, and you're exactly right. The beauty about the gatherings and bringing people together is, you're right, you want it to be quick prep because it's spur of the moment, but you also want something when you bring to a party that it can be there for people to go in the kitchen, or if it's outside, and it can stay, and it's not something that you bring out of the oven and boom, you have to eat within 15 minutes. And and that's Keystone Meats. It's easy with prep. We have all natural meat, only 2 ingredients in our can. Each can, it's meat and sea salt, so no preservatives, and it cuts that prep time in half. So you can rush out, have a recipe, rush out, or make it, going to friends or your family, and you bring a dish and you can make it within 15 minutes and you have a meal right there.
Absolutely. Now I'm looking at some of the recipes that you guys sent over. I see turkey, bacon, ranch, sliders. This sounds really good.
It does. Sometimes you think of turkey, of course, only Thanksgiving, but this makes it easy because you very simply, you use Keystone turkey and a little bit of ranch dressing, a little bacon on there, and the rolls, and you put it in the oven and you pull it out, and it's those little sliders, so it's very easy to handle and put on a plate or paper plates and kind of add to it, But I do like salads. Salads, you think of that nice cold fresh salads and things like that, but you want to add a little bit more protein to it, and that's where chicken pasta salad comes in. Or, if it's something a little heavier, bacon cheeseburger dip. We think about cheeseburgers on the grill, and the bacon cheeseburger dip is just a matter of using Keystone ground beef, cream cheese, sour cream, so it's very rich, cheddar cheese, a little bit of diced tomatoes, and bacon, of course. and it's a very hearty dip. It's great for chips to tortilla chips.
And I can tell you one that we do in our household quite a bit, which is it's so simple, it's so easy. We'll use a can of the Keystone chicken and use some taco seasoning and put a little cheese in there and mix that up. And I'll tell you what, that is an amazing dip. And all the time I'll have people say, "Oh, wow, this is really good. How is this hard to make?" I'm like, "No, it's really easy. If you knew how easy, you might actually be ashamed of me for taking the shortcut. But it is so simple and so easy, but people absolutely love it as well, Don."
Oh, yeah. And that's the beauty of anything of the Keystone. And I always say, and again, we talked summer and barbecue, and that's why I like the Keystone beef, because it's ready to go. You pull a can, put your favorite barbecue sauce, boom. It's minutes. I'd say under 15 minutes, but that's minutes to heat up. And you have a great barbecue sandwich that you don't have to sit for hours and slow roast your beef for that, or pork, for that pulled beef or pulled pork sandwiches, and you just add it and you run. And then you can add other things to it, of course, but I like that idea. And we've had consumers call us and say, or send us emails saying, what we like about that is we set it up in a crock pot. People can make their own sandwiches at any time, and we have onions, and we have slaw or whatever, all these different items to throw on the sandwich, so everybody makes their own. And it's no prep, virtually no prep on many of the Keystone recipes.
It's very, very convenient. Now, if people would like to find these recipes, you've got them on your website, right?
Oh, sure do. KeystoneMeats.com recipes. Many of them are that 15 minutes and under, and it's different. I mean, it could light ones to nice big family ones, sit-down meal recipes, and also we have a app on there where it's a very quick. So you put it on your phone, so you always have these recipes ready to go. So
nice.
Yeah, and you can anything about Keystone Meats, KeystoneMeats.com, and of course social media from Facebook to Pinterest.
And now, where can folks find cans of Keystone Meat? I know it's in stores, but do you know which stores around here?
We are online, and no doubt you can go and get it delivered right to your door, which is wonderful. But also at Walmart.
Very nice.
Walmart, and many of the stores will have Keystone Meats, and if they don't, I always tell people, the store managers are wonderful. If you say, could you get this in because I want to try this, or get in because I love it, and the store managers are very accommodating. So by asking, and there's a form on our website, actually, it says, "Hey, dear grocer, please, could you get this in?" Very accommodating. They're very willing to get that in for their shoppers. So it's really nice. But online or Walmart or just check out local stores, because sometimes it appears in there because people have asked for it, and boom, and it's great to pick up a can or two.
Nice. Again, all the details online at KeystoneMeats.com. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.